Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't done an update on the apartment makeover in forever. Basically, we moved in and we were here for a week, and then we went on holiday for 2 weeks, and then we've been back for like a week and a half now, and I think that I was just sort of waiting to like get everything and make the place look perfect before I was like, the apartment makeover is done. But that's not really realistic. And I think like over time I'll be doing more home update videos as we accumulate more stuff, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what the flat is looking like now. This video is probably going to be primarily like the common space areas. I will show my bedroom, but it's very not done, and so I'm probably going to do like a bedroom makeover in the future. If you're new to this channel and this is the first video you're seeing, this is the final part in my apartment makeover series, so if you want you can watch the previous videos that I did on this. But basically my flatmate and very good friend Tom bought a flat and I'm renting out the second bedroom from him, and so a lot of these design choices were mine, but they were approved by him, and it makes things a little easier because I don't have to like request or formally request from a landlord any changes that I want to make to the house, and like have had a lot of say in how things are painted and furniture and whatever. But enough chattering from me. If you like this sort of thing, please make sure to subscribe because I'll be doing more home update / interior design videos in the future. But for now, let's get into the tour of the flat. So we're gonna start with the bedroom, which I think is probably the least exciting part. The only changes that I've really had done are I put up these blinds. I didn't put them up. I got a TaskRabbit to put up these blinds for the room, and I finally got curtains over my wardrobe because I didn't want to pay for the sliding doors at IKEA. But now that I see the curtains up, I feel like it is low-key giving hospital vibes. So I don't really know what to do about that. So I don't know if I should take the curtains down and get a sliding door instead. It's like 200 something pounds at IKEA, which is a lot of money. Alternatively, I saw this bedroom on Pinterest that happens to have like the exact same color sheets that I have, like these bright yellow sheets, and the back wall is painted the same color as the wall that we have in our kitchen that's painted blue, so we have extra paint. So I'm like, I could just paint this wall in my bedroom. And in that house, I found them on Instagram. They have these linen curtains, and I saw very similar ones on Etsy, and those curtains are covering their wardrobe as well. So basically I need to figure out what I want to do with these curtains. They're also too long, but for now, like, they do add kind of the flowy, comfortable vibe that I wanted, which is why I decided to do curtains. I also got this giant lampshade from IKEA, which I kind of felt like was too big when I first put it up here, but it's kind of grown on me, and me and Tom always say like this is like my mini moon in my room. Like I have my own personal moon that does take up a lot of space, but I do really like it. And then the final thing that I've put in here is my bed, which is an ottoman bed, which means that I have a lot of space for storing things like suitcases and things like that. It's mostly suitcases under there, but also like seasonal things that I might not necessarily need all the time. And I love having an ottoman bed. The only thing is that it's quite heavy and I am quite weak. But yeah, so I'm hoping that eventually I can make my bedroom look like this inspiration picture that I found on Pinterest, even though that wasn't necessarily the original plan or design I had for my room. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I have those sheets, and that's really similar to my bed, and I love this room. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I think that I'll be doing more makeover videos, as I said, so hopefully you will see that coming soon. I also need to buy nightstands. I originally bought these nightstands from Dusk, but then I ended up canceling them because they weren't coming till August anyway, and I kind of needed the money for other things, to be honest, and so I was like, let me just get that back on my credit card. And I'm not 100% in love with them, and I think for like such a big expense like furniture, I do want to 100% be in love with them, and I don't think I needed the amount of storage that it had because we do have other storage for like bits and bobs around the house. So yeah, if anyone has any thoughts on what kind of nightstands I should get, please leave them in the comments below. So now on to kitchen and dining. To be honest, it's not that different from the last time you guys saw it in my last video where I talked about how we finished doing the kitchen. We've just moved our stuff in. The biggest difference that we've made is that we got this pegboard mounted up by a TaskRabbit, and we're gonna put all of our pots and pans on it. As you can see right now, there's space for some more pots and pans, and that's because the two other ones we have don't fit onto the IKEA hooks that come with it. So I'm probably, or that you can like buy in conjunction with the pegboard. So I'm probably gonna look for other hooks on Etsy or something like that to make sure that they actually fit, because basically the handle of the pots and pans are too thick for this pegboard. Tom always says that this cook bench is his favorite thing in the house, which we got on Facebook Marketplace. So he's filled it with his knives and other cooking tools. And then underneath we have lots of trays and bowls and things like that. And then we have the pegboard above it. Up here are Tom's cookbooks and also a smoke alarm that we forgot to get mounted to the ceiling when the TaskRabbit was here. So he has open like a different page of different cookbooks. These are all his. I think 1 or 2 of these are mine. We have lots of appliances here. So we have a blender, a toaster oven. This is our spice rack, induction stove. We want to get a utensil holder instead of this plastic cup. Kettle, which normally lives over there. KitchenAid, microwave, some wraps. And then this is the built-in fridge freezer. And this is the dining table. Not very exciting. That's the kitchen as a whole. So now moving on to the office area. As you can see behind me, this is my slightly messy desk and some artwork that Tom made me. I think this might have been in a previous video, but I'm not sure. Anyway, he made me this drawing for my birthday, and it has like lots of our memories together in London, and I put it in this red frame to bring in some color and potentially draw in like the orange-red elements that we have or are going to have throughout the rest of the house. This is like a 2-person desk. It's just 2 IKEA desks that I combined together on top of an Alex drawer. So hopefully that is stable and doesn't bow over time, but we will see. Tom's side of the desk doesn't have anything on it at the moment because he's gonna get a new monitor, I think. And I wanna get a desk chair at some point because right now I'm just using one of the dining tables. Tom does have a desk chair in his room where he also has another desk. And then opposite from this, we have these IKEA cabinets that we painted and just have some fresh flowers, our schedule, and a piece of art that I got. This is actually an illustration from a children's book that I got from my old job and decided to put up there. But I think it all looks pretty nice together and adds in some more color into the space. And then finally, we have the living room. We just got this new sofa bed, which was my absolute dream sofa bed. Like even before Tom bought this place, I was like, I really want to have the Model 4 sofa bed from Swift. So far, it's really comfortable. I do think we definitely need some throw pillows on it because when I lay down on it, I'm like, I need somewhere to rest my head. And I have in mind the pillows that I want to get. So hopefully once I'm employed, I will be buying those, or I'll get Tom to buy them. And it's super comfortable. We've had one person sleep on it so far. He found it a bit firm, but I personally think that a bed should be firm. And I definitely think that if I ever had to sleep out here for whatever reason, that it would be super comfortable. I love the color. Tom chose the color, and I think it fits perfectly within the space and brings some much needed color to the living room area because the rest of the house is so colorful. Our rocking chair we got from Facebook Marketplace. It is a Bruco chair, I think is what it's called. It's originally from, I want to say Dwell, but might not be, and it's sold on DFS, but it's originally sold as like a fake leather chair, which I think would be really ugly and uncomfortable. Although if you have this chair, I love that for you, just not for me. But I saw this on Facebook Marketplace and it was being sold for less than the retail of the original chair, obviously because it's secondhand, but someone had reupholstered it in this like green brown wool fabric, which I think is really beautiful. And it's super comfy. I love sitting on it. I was worried when we got the sofa that I would stop sitting in the chair, but I actually love sitting in it and reading, and it's just super comfortable. Our TV is freestanding because we didn't want to completely block the path to the balcony door/window, so it's just on this wood stand. We definitely need to fix the cord management situation for it because the cord's just running all over the floor, but again, I was like, I want to film this video even if everything isn't necessarily perfect about the house. And then I have a few of my plants laying around. I have this African fig tree that I got today, which I'm super excited about. I really wanted a tall plant for the space. I think in the future I would put it next to the sofa, or next to the shelf behind the sofa, sorry. But for now I want to leave it in the best light conditions possible so that it can grow even taller. And then, as I mentioned in my previous video, my favorite part of the house is still the bookshelf behind me. I think that it just really brings the space together, adds a lot of life and color and hominess. There's currently a big light looking thing, which if you've seen, I think in the previous video it still had basil in it at the time because Tom was growing basil in it. But unfortunately, when we went on holiday, it died because it didn't have any water in it for 2 weeks. And so all the basil came back crusty and dead, but he is growing new things in it. So it will be exciting to see the greenery back on the shelf again. So that is it for this mini apartment makeover, flat makeover home update. I'll definitely be sure to put out more interior design videos in the near future and not take such a long break from the channel. And I will definitely be posting more makeover home update stuff very shortly.